briefing is for the ascension, for the awakening. A lot of people call it stepping into the new earth. Some people call it judgment day. All of that and then some. You can, whatever story is for you, that's what it'll be. So the advice here is to utilize wisdom in this cycle. Okay. Now, for some of us, it's going to be a little bit difficult to remain impartial through these bittersweet moments of release. It's going to feel to some of us like things are happening to us, but it's all for discovery. And a lot of times, the difficulty is going to be releasing things that we've had difficulty releasing for a while. So that was a lot of difficulty in one sentence. We're going to find that we've been stuck, we've been complacent, we've been challenged to go on the journey to figure out what we need to do to heal or to resolve some of these challenges, some of these awkward moments. And that's what's going to be a little bit challenging for us. And that's really what I'm seeing. Okay. Ultimately, we're heading towards acceptance because this confusion is a knock at the door to see. And again, I'm in a temple. There may be a little bit of noise in the background. Don't be alarmed. Yeah, I'm seeing, so it's funny because in the area of relationships is where all of these lower chakra cards are coming from. Okay, so at the East Gate, we have Destiny, and it's interesting because in those air houses, we have 1, 2, 3. All of the 3 lower chakras are there. Well, 2 out of 3, but all 3 of those houses are lower chakra. So discovery, acceptance, impasse. Impasse would be the difficult one because in terms of people that we interact with on a regular basis, or people that feel like home, feel like community, that feel familiar to us, or people that we've put investments into building up some type of rapport, that's the release. The impasse there is the release. And the advice here is to utilize this wisdom that we're growing into and allowing this path of grief that we're on, meaning the release, to bring us into self-discovery. And that's really going to be the most difficult part because, we're growing and it's a sense of renewal, but it's going to be bittersweet. Allow for a little bit of well, you got to use your higher wisdom, frankly, period, point blank. Because, okay, let me just get to the point here. This is hurting my heart. I feel that we're having the beginning phase, a preparatory round of purging and purification of our heart and of the gate to our higher self. And it's going to involve detoxifying toxic people, removing and purging and releasing toxic people, places and things, but mostly toxic relationships here. Because the path that we're on is one of grief, and it'll be leading us into self-discovery about the things that we're normally fearful of. What cannot be changed is that energy that's in our life, in terms of our personal power that's been dissipating, will have to be focused on. It'll be a sense of renewal now because we'll be forced to deal with it because there'll be a sense of urgency there, probably some type of sense of loss, and I believe that is the only purpose for urgency, is to prevent a deep loss. Deal with important things because they build value for the future. Urgency only affects the right now. Well, I'm going to have to take my own advice because I could see that not dealing with some of these things that need to be released here will force us to deal with something that's urgent, okay? And then the healing for us right now is understanding that being detached, being neutral, observing, having a deep sense of our own boundaries, our own needs, our own standards here will allow for the growth to happen even if difficult things are going on. We will have a place of wholeness, a place of stillness that we can return to. And then, the thing to do, the path that we're on, understand what you've already learned. That this is we all come from the goddess, and to her we are reborn like a drop of rain falling to the ocean. I want to sing the whole song. So I'm feeling the need to comfort myself, the need to soothe my soul. So understand that I sang that because this is mysticism here. Destiny is knocking on our door. We need to peer beyond the veil of illusion and understand that everything that's happening to us is a story that we tell. Nothing is really happening to us. It's all happening for us, but it's happening so we could use spiritual energy to purify our physical self so that we can detoxify ourselves of any firm, stuck, shadow nature that is disallowing our higher self to become known to us. And the biggest place right now will be in relationships, because think about it, we're in an Aquarian new moon. That's the understanding in the beginning of the planting of the seed and the blossoming of the lotus of our galactic citizenry, our eternal self. Whoever we are before we come into the physical, it's pounding. Boom, 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 boom. I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's a taiko drum. So yeah, it's we need to celebrate ourselves, and if no one is in alignment with the celebration of ourselves, they don't need to be in our life. And I said no one. So be willing to cut every single person, place, and thing out of your life that's not in alignment with your higher self. That's the briefing here. I'm gonna go ahead and get into some actual factual guidance. Please, please, please. Follow along with us over to the temple. All our star seeds and all of our ascending creatures and brothers and sisters, my soul family, my galactic family, please follow me over into the Vertex of Abundance Temple. Check the link in the show notes, or go to vertexofabundance.org. Over on the left hand side, if you're on a PC or a Mac browser, will be Oracle. It'll bring up all the series, and what you'll do is you'll go to Gorgeous Starseed Report, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.